Okay, so graduation ceremonies, right? You've got the caps, the gowns, but have you ever pictured a cat in the mix?
Now that's an image.
Right, and that's exactly what we're diving into today, this hilarious stand-up routine called The Cat Who Graduated.
Oh, I've heard of this one. It's not just about a cat obsessed with catnip, though, is it?
It definitely not. It's more like using that whole cat graduating thing as a jumping off point to talk about ambition, and what we value in education.
Which is perfect for us, mining the unexpected for hidden gems of wisdom.
Totally. And the comedian does this amazing job of making you laugh while also sneaking in some pretty sharp social commentary.
And like they say, you can tell people the truth with a spoonful of sugar. Or, in this case, a belly rub.
Exactly. Okay, so the start of this whole thing is Judo, this cat who's, well, not your typical feline instead of napping and chasing lasers.
He's got his eyes on the prize.
Seriously. The comedian describes Judo as, plotting his career. I mean, how funny is that image?
A cat with a 5-year plan.
Right. Yeah. He's got a tiny little LinkedIn profile and everything.
It's that exaggeration that makes the whole thing work.
Yeah.
It forces you to ask, wait, why are we all chasing these goals?
That's so true. And it gets even better. So not only is Judo this self-made scholar, he's also a tech whiz, apparently.
Go on.
The comedian talks about him hacking into Coursera, those online courses. And then he's on the student forums schooling everyone.
I knew it. All those glowing reviews for Professor Whiskers weren't actually from students.
Stop, that's perfect. I'm picturing him now, little cat paws typing away.
Leaving scathing reviews on Rate My Professor.
Totally. But you know what really gets me? The way the comedian describes Judo during lectures, he's giving the professor this look like,
dude, I learned this in a YouTube tutorial.
Exactly. It's that perfect blend of humor and a subtle critique of academia all in one.
Judo the revolutionary.
And the best part, the comedian drags out the whole graduation ceremony build-up.
Oh, it's going to be good.
Judo getting ready, right? Is he going to demand a limo, catnip, snacks at the after party?
Tiny little mortarboard on his head.
Yes. Okay, so picture it. Judo's there in this tiny cap and gown, looking so over it as the valedictorian goes on and on.
Like humans, am I right?
Totally. The comedian is so good at using these funny details to kind of poke fun at the whole, seriousness of graduation.
But also, isn't that a sneaky critique of the education system?
Oh, for sure. It's what are we really celebrating here?
The pomp and circumstance, maybe.
Right. And then, just when you think it can't get any funnier, Judo just leaps onto the stage, grabs the microphone, and lets out this huge me.
Okay, I have to laugh. That's amazing.
Right. And everyone in the audience is just stunned. But you know what I love about that?
What's that?
It makes you think, what's Judo trying to say?
A meow heard around the world.
Totally. Is it some profound statement? Or is he just hungry? The comedian leaves it open to interpretation, which is brilliant.
It's like he's saying words are overrated. Sometimes a good meow is enough.
Exactly. Okay, but here's where it gets interesting for me. As much as I love a good laugh, Judo's story really got me thinking.
About?
What if we could all bottle a bit of his go-getter attitude?
I like where you're going with this.
Right. What could WE achieve if we went after our goals with that same, feline focus?
It's true. This fictional cat is suddenly a motivational speaker.
Right. So, besides the whole catnip and scratching post thing, what can we learn from Judo's path to success?
Well, he's definitely big on lifelong learning, right? Not content with just being a house cat.
He's got textbooks to conquer.
Exactly. It reminds us that learning doesn't have to stop no matter what stage of life you're in.
It's like that saying, once you stop learning.
You turn into a couch potato.
Hey, I was going to say something way more profound, but sure, let's go with that.
Just kidding. But there's another big one here about Judo being on those online forums.
Networking, even for a cat?
Right. He knows the value of connecting with others, bouncing ideas around, building a community. Even if it's just about the best brand of catnip.
So basically, even if you're a solitary genius, collaboration is key.
Always.
But honestly, the biggest thing Judo's story throws at us is this idea of audacious goals.
Oh, absolutely. He could have been content with napping, right? Being pampered.
Exactly. But he sets this crazy goal, graduating college, and just goes for it.
No fear.
None. And it makes you wonder, what could WE do if we had even a fraction of that chutzpah? So, to everyone listening, what's that thing you've been putting off?
That goal you've tucked away because it seemed too big, too different.
That's what Judo's story throws back at us, right? Those limitations we put on ourselves.
The I could never tapes playing in our heads.
Exactly. And Judo's like, watch me.
And even if we don't all end up with some fancy degree.
Or whatever our version of that is.
Right. The point is pushing those boundaries.
Yeah.
That's where the growth happens.
It's like aiming for the moon, even if you land on a pile of, well, whatever judo likes.
Catnip nip?
Exactly. So as we wrap up this deep dive, it makes you wonder, right? If a cat graduating college can be this inspiring.
What other weird sources of wisdom are we missing?
Maybe it is that documentary we've ignored, or...
that conversation with someone totally unexpected.
Or, hey, maybe we should just watch our pets more.
They're judging us, silently critiquing our every move.
Quietly plotting world domination.
With tiny little diplomas.
That's right. So until next time, keep exploring those strange corners of knowledge, keep laughing, and keep an eye on your pets. Thanks for joining us.